Communication skills, clear communication skills take effort. It takes practice, practice, practice. Hello and welcome. I'm Arif Gilany. Today we're going to talk about communication skills, the master key to success. As a matter of fact, regardless of your career choice, even in technical fields, 75% of your time is spent in communication. Therefore, effective communication has almost godlike power. We have discussed it in the Ministry of Miracle, my book, in detail, but in simple language of my own native Kurdish people, that they say a soft tongue will bring a snake out of a hole, meaning you can make anybody do anything if you just use the right words. I have experienced it in my life and business, through trauma, through overcoming war, through overcoming so many difficulties, that if I had a mountain hill of my problems compared to other problems, perhaps I would run in comparison to what other people's problems are. But we always have our own problems magnified. Today we're going to demystify all of these things. We're going to simplify the art of communication for you so you can convey, even if you have a deep problem like losing your mind, all being wiped out and reprogramming into learning speech, going through speech therapy to be able to communicate clearly with you. The next session, when I'm going to talk about and bring you some stories of great clear communications. Thank you. So we're going to talk about here in this section 3 parts of clear communication. This comes from the Greek philosophy, as a matter of fact, from the times of Epictetus and all of those philosophers. Then Mr. Brian Tracy reworded it in a way that I could understand and grasp it, the art of communication. It almost has a godlike power. The ability to create images in someone else's mind so they can relate to what you are thinking is the power of communication. The first part of a communication really has to do with what they call in the ancient Greek ethos. It's the character of the person. For instance, a person like Mother Teresa could say a few words and make a deep impact on somebody else's life, maybe change the direction. Whereas somebody with less of a personality character doesn't have the same power. So you can develop these powers of communication through the words that you use on your daily basis. I have been blessed to speak 6 different languages. I draw from a lot of sources, but my favorite way of communication is the English language. So the credibility, the character of the person is the most important part of really communication. The second one is pathos. It's connecting with the other person's emotions. I am right now trying to convey a message to you so you can understand the clarity of this message. This is connection between the thoughts that are in my mind and trying to connect them with the thoughts that are in your mind. So very important also. The third part of a communication is logos. It's really the factual content of a conversation, the credibility of the person who's speaking, all of the real facts that have been checked. So the 3 parts, first of all, is the character of the person who's speaking, the credibility of the person. The second is the ability to connect with the other people's emotions, very important. And the third and the least important, actually, the factual content. So today I'm going to bring you some great content on how to communicating, whether you're communicating with your family, within the members of your family, like your children. When you go into for an ice cream, for example, I ask my son, would you like to have a cone or you have a cup, a duplicate of choice? We're going to talk about clarity of communication. So he doesn't wonder. If we give him only 2 choices, he's going to pick one of those 2. And same is with adult people as well. I am going to talk about communication skills in details in this video. The research has been done in the University of California, UCLA. Doctors and researchers have done extensive research in area of communications, and the conclusion that they have is there's 3 really parts to a clear communication. And those parts, number 1 is words that we say. 7% of clear communication comes from the words that we say. Then comes the second part, is 38%, is the tone of voice. Am I too loud? Am I too low? Am I able to communicate with the feelings, or the voice is resonating with the listener? This is really important, 38%. But over 55% of all communication comes from body language. I don't know if those of you who've been in a relationship, you sometimes argue with your wife or girlfriend, and you say something and she says, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. So the tone of voice of speaking to your children, to your customers. My number one rule when it comes to tone of voice is I try to treat everybody like my best customers. Communication skills, clear communication skills take effort. It takes practice, practice, practice. To be able to master a language is really a skill, an art, and it opens up multiple doors to you. Some of you have communicated about education. I'm very passionate about education, and education is mostly communication. It's being able to convey a message to someone else who has no idea in the field or in that endeavor. So you can open up multiple doors as far as your career goes. A good communication is having something good to say. For example, in the morning when you wake up, what is the one word that you would tell yourself? I wake up every morning, look myself in the mirror and tell myself good morning. Do you intend to have a good morning? Well, then repeat it, verbalize it, so that starts that tone of your day. Or you see a neighbor, or you talk to a client. A very pleasant personality is very important. Keep a keen interest in people and really things. Be a constant question mark, my mentor said. And I'm a student of people. I learn every day from interacting with people, and dealing with people. There's a surprise a day waiting for you in all of their varieties. So communication skills make it much easier to be able to understand each other and to be able to contribute to one another. When research and is coming out of top universities in the world, usually it's published in the English language. I like to get my hands firsthand on the information and the facts that are coming out newly. So that's why I had to master the English language. It's a very powerful tool in helping you shape your destiny, communicate with other people, and build relationships that are going to impact your life in the long run. When I first started out my business in the financial services industry, I moved from one city to another. And what I did is went outside in the community to meet people. Every day I talked to 5 to 10 people. Communication skills are really important. Now these people from all over the world, every color, every religion, every race, gathered in my office after a few months, and we were able to build one of the top financial services offices within the company within 2 years. Why? Because to me, they were all the same. They're all people. Whether you come from the Far East or Middle East or Europe or Asia or Africa, you're all the same race. We're all one brand. We're the brand of humanity. We can communicate with one another. Therefore, 2 years ago when COVID-19 hit, I was looking for a way to bring hope, bring clarity of purpose to many lives, and that was only possible through communication. I went on this journey. The first attempt to write this book was really to edit my first book. While on this journey, I discovered the philosophy that I live by, that I want to promote throughout the world. One, no matter how dire your situation is, when you wake up in the morning, or even before, let's retract the night before you go to sleep, close your eyes, gratitude, be thankful for all the things that you have. That's the real prayer. Not what you really want, but for the things that you have. That's how you open up the gate to other things. That's what's in the content of this book. So gratitude. Every morning I wake up with gratitude, with all of the experiences that I've had. The opportunity that I had to serve my 85-year-old father who passed away in my arms, and I saw an end to the end of light. And I put myself in those positions. If I were to die on my deathbed, what would I have accomplished? And all of the achievements on this road are just steps that you can take in becoming a better person. So I'm grateful for all of the miracles that happen in my life. I go out every day with intentions. Second one is intentions, just 6 words, 6 letters that can totally change your mindset in 90 days. Gratitude, noble intentions are the key to any achievement. Then you only get involved in the things that you love to do. We call them love-inspired projects. You know, if you're in love with what you do, you can put in hours and hours and hours and it doesn't feel like work. You never get tired of what you do. If you do anything beside what you do, you're actually wasting your life, wasting your time. Then you take action. Action in the direction of those intentions. So what you put your intentions out, when you think about the things that you want to create in your day, you go out there and you take action. You encourage somebody, you reach out and tell somebody that I love you. See, flowers convey a very limited message. They say to you that I'm thinking about you. What you're thinking is the important that goes on the card. The intentions go on the card. Nobody affects me like you do, because the intentions were noble and clear. After that, it's really networking with the right people. See, Brian Tracy, my mentor, talks about 7 socioeconomical levels in North America. There are 7 layers of society upon each other in terms of money, power, achievement. And to go from one to another, you will have to exert enormous energy, especially in the bottom. This is called the middle class, the working class, the people who put in time for money. To be able to create freedom of money, you really need to network with the people who are money conscious. Those are people who are at the second level, on their level of understanding, and then we can go up and up that level to reach somebody like Elon Musk, who money doesn't even mean nothing to him now. Things that have no existence right now, like the electric car was a rare thing 10 years ago. Now I see them 2 or 3 of them on the highway passing by each other. All of these things are philosophies that you can incorporate into your own life, because you are the miracle. So GILANY. Gratitude, noble intentions, love-inspired projects, taking action towards those projects, networking with great people, and you, my friend, are the miracle worker. You practice that for 90 days, I guarantee you. You can start with education. Communication, better communication starts with education. Education and wisdom are not the same. Education is organized life. Wisdom is well-lived life. And when you incorporate some philosophies, some ways of thinking, thought patterns in your life, you can change, you can grow, and you can expand your mind as you move forward. So 1 word a day. If you took the vocabulary of your current vocabulary, added 1 single word a day, by end of 365 days, you would have 365 better words to express your feelings. That's really the power of communication. You can learn a language, you can change your direction, you can make a move, you can do a lot of things in a period of 90 days. Dedicate the next 90 days to better communication. Subscribe to our channel, like and share our opportunity. We come with great noble intentions. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.